And here we go, it's the 16th and final round of the 1988 Formulalympic season, and we are back at Le Mans. So going into this final round, there are only 5 drivers in the F1 division that can mathematically win the championship. Michele Alboreto, Nigel Mansell, Gerhard Berger, Philippe Streiff and Louis Perez Sala. In the F2 division, John Winter, Riccardo Patrese, Danny Sullivan, Michael Eriksson and Al Unser can mathematically win the F2 championship. And finally, in the Nations Championship, Italy, Spain, France and Brazil are the only 4 countries remaining that can win the Nations Championship. So, who's going to be the F1 champion, who will be the F2 champion, and who will be the Nations champion? Without further ado, let's kick things off with the F2 qualifying. And here we go, the F2 qualifying to kick things off. So there are a couple of drivers changes. First of all, Yannick Dallas is back in the F2 division, as Philippe Streiff is fit again to drive his F1 car. We've also got George Fischer making his debut for Austria to replay, who's taking Rui Stolze, who's going to be replacing the injured Gerhard Berger. So with Gerhard Berger is technically out of contention because he can't take part, so that means there's only 4 F1 drivers left in the F1 division that can win the championship. And Belgium, they brought back Harold Hoosman, who has replaced Pascal Gabon, who was injured in the previous round in qualifying in the F2 division. So how will things kick off here? Well, we'll find out soon enough. It's got Juha Kaikkonen that came out first to set the benchmark for everyone else to try and beat. And here we go, coming to the final section of the track. Juha Kaikkonen about to set the benchmark for everyone to try and beat. We've got to watch out for John Winter, Patrese, Sullivan, Michael Eriksson, Al Unser to see where they start. We're going to end up starting for the races. It could end up determining if they're going to win the championship or not. As Juha Kaikkonen's benchmark time is going to be a 3 minutes 21.7. Now what about everyone else? The Chesterus does a 3:19.4. Didier Tace does a 3:23.5 for Belgium. We've got someone about to complete their first flying lap of the session, and that's Al Unser with a 3:19.7. So he's half a second down on Andre de Cesaris. So gotta watch out for the other 4 championship contenders. See where they are in comparison to where the American is. And his teammate Danny Sullivan is third with a 3:20.2. So exactly half a second slower than his teammate. There's Patrese 4 for the 3:21.2. As we got Kenneth Eriksson to the 3:19.2, so he goes fastest. And the other Eriksson, Michael Eriksson, goes into 5th for the 3:20.4, 1.2 seconds behind his teammate. And then there's Yannick Dalmas with a 3:20.1. John Bowe does a 3:23.1 for Australia. And then that's Derek Bell in 10th with a 3:21.8, with a few people coming in. Harold Hoosman in his return, 3rd fastest, 3:19.5, and Raul Bothel goes top with 3:19.1. His teammate Salah is 9th with 3:20.3. That's the championship leader going into this final round. John Winter, he has a 15-point lead over Riccardo Patrese. Patrese is only down in 13th with 3:21.2, so he's got a lot of ground to make up. Trying to stay in touching distance of John Winter for the championship. So we've got everyone set a time. The slowest is Franz Komar of Austria with a 3:25.8, while his teammate Fischer, in his first Formulalympic appearance, George Fischer, goes into 13th with a 3:20.8, ahead of Patrese and behind Martin Brundle. Patrese going down sector 1, down the fast section of the course, because there's no chicanes for your second appearance here in Le Mans. 6/10 down on Raul Bothel. He is 2.1 seconds down overall, so 6/10 down. Don't know what it would translate to going through sector 2, but we'll find out soon enough. So the highest placed championship contender is currently Al Unser. He's in 5th, 1 position ahead of John Winter, with less than a tenth of a second separating. I think it's actually about 200ths of a second separating, so it's really, really tight margins. And we're looking out for Al Unser going down in sector 2. Just got past the sharp left and right corners as he's making way down to the third sector of this track. His teammate Sullivan, he is sitting 8th at the moment, with John Winter and Yannick Dalmas splitting the two Americans. Let's wait and see what Allen's time is in sector 3. And see if anyone's going to be doing another lap, because we've got less than 5 minutes of the session to go. Alonso, sector 3, 4/10ths down, and Kankin improve his time, goes into 14th with 3:20.9. So Alonso, 6/10ths second down. What's he going to do here? He is going to go into the pits. Sullivan, 1 second down, may only slightly improve his time, but it's going to be a tough ask for him to gain many positions. But he's going to bail for the pits. The question is, will he come back out to do one more lap? Will he be able to do it? Here goes Mikael Eriksson though. We've got Patrese moving up into 8th. Mikael Eriksson stayed down. He's going to finish his lap. Does a 3:20.0. It goes into 7th. Goes ahead of Yannick Dallas, who's going awfully wide. And he's coming across the start finish line. And he moves into 5th ahead of Al Unser. So Al Unser is still the highest placed championship contender. And he is 6th. He's 1 place ahead of the championship leader, John Winter. Will John Winter improve his time? A lot of drivers are coming into the pits. John Winter is going to go into the pits. He's going to bail. Doesn't feel like they need to do another lap. And any other championship contenders staying out that's not done the second lap? No, that's everyone actually. So the question is, what's going to happen now? So we've got, I believe, 5 people, or maybe 6 people staying out. Francis Common's time goes into 21st ahead of Dick Johnson, but he's behind Didier Tees, who's sitting 20th with 3 minutes 23.5. Because we have got 1st to 22nd separated by 5.4 seconds. So Mikael Eriksson and Ricardo Patrese staying out. Patrese half a second down in sector 1. He is 1.1 seconds off Bosel's time. And Mikael Eriksson 4/10ths down. He is 9/10ths down on the pole sitter at the moment. And Kankin going to sector 2. DT is going to the left, the sharp left and right handers. Francis Comar going down first sector. That looks like Alio along with him. Yes, it is Alio. So less than 2 minutes of the session to go. I imagine they're all going to pit. That's probably going to be the end of the session, but we'll know for sure. Let's see what happens here. Got less than 2 minutes of the session to go. Boza up front, Kenneth X is 2nd, Andrew Chester is 3rd, Harold Hoosman 4th, Yannick Dallas 5th, Alonso 6th, John Winter 7th, Mikael Eriksson 8th, Ricardo Patrese 9th, and Danny Sullivan rounding off your top 10. And Kankin 1.2 seconds down. Could slightly improve his time if he finishes his lap, but I think he's going to build for the pits because, well, it's a really long track. And Kankin, yes, he does go into the pits. Didier Tees, wow, 5.4 seconds down Bozo. Wow, so he's had not really a good run at all. And he is going to bail for the pits, makes sense. Ricardo Patrese is the next driver to complete this run. And he's 1 second down, so either slight improvement or no improvement at all. But I think Patrese is going to bail for the pits as well, as we've got 45 seconds of the session to go. And Patrese does indeed go into the pits. Now we've got Mikael Eriksson. What's he going to do? Championship contender. And he goes into the pits as well. Next is Yannick Dalmas. Probably going to go to the pits. Yes, he does. So that just leaves Alio and Franz Conrad. We've got less than 20 seconds of the session to go. They might as well finish their runs. They've got nothing to lose here. And the possible improvement of where they are right now, which is 12th and 21st. And what's Van's coming this time going to be in Sector 3? He's going to be... well, it's going to be 3.1 seconds off the pace. It would still be an improvement for him, but... well, not looking too great for him. Alio looks like he's going to have a slow lap as well. And yeah, both going to bail for the pits, and that's going to be the end of this session. So Raul Bothel gets the final pole position for the F2 division. KS Ericsson second, and Andrew Chesler is third. Okay, I think as expect, well, being Le Mans, it's a longer track. Even though given an additional 3 minutes, 4 laps, it's probably you're going to get. But Raul Bothel takes the win with KS Ericsson second, Andrew Chesler is third, fourth is Harold Hoosman, Jack Down is fifth, Alonso is sixth, John Winter is seventh, Mikael Eriksson 8th, Ricardo Patrese 9th, and Di Sullivan rounds off your top 10. So with that qualifying session out of the way, let's move over to the F1 division before we make our way to the grid positions, and of course the final race to find out who will be the F1, F2 and Nations champions. And here we go, it's the F1 division to see for the final time who's going to get pole position in the F1 division. And we've got Malcolm Stewart looking like he's going to go out to set a benchmark for everyone to try and beat. Now going into this round, Michael Bretto, Nigel Mansell, Gerhard Berger, Philippe Streif and Louis Persal are the ones in mathematical contention, but Gerhard Berger has not been cleared to take part in this race, which means Gerhard Berger is pretty much out of contention, so it's down to Alberto, Mansell, Streif and Louis Persala, while Italy, Spain, France and Brazil are fighting for the Nations Championship as they're the only 4 teams in mathematical contention. What's going to happen here? Well, we're going to find out where everyone's going to stack up, in grid position before the final race of the season. We've got 2 drivers making their Formulalympic F1 debuts. Chris Nissen replacing the injured Dorcas Simon for Denmark, and really still replacing Gerhard Berger for this race. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do in their first race in an F1 car for the Formulalympics. And yeah, and also Greece, both their drivers were disqualified, Apostolo for qualifying and Kostelos for the race, and both of them have been suspended, so they cannot take part in this last race of the season. And Greece does not have a reserve driver, which means Greece will not be taking part at all. I think that's the first time in Formula history we had a team that does not have a driver available to race. So let's see what happens here in qualifying and see where everyone's going to stack up. Oh, hang on, we've had a bit of an incident. It looks like someone had an off somewhere. We'll see who that was. So by the final corner, someone's teleported back to the pits. Try to see who that was. That looks like one of the Argentine. Yeah, it's Oscar the Ruri. And oh! Been rear-ended by Stig Blomqvist. See what happens here. Oh, he had another incident as well by the final sector. Let's see what happened to the Argentine. So behind them, that is... I'm not sure that's behind them. But also one of the Canadians, so it might be... So it's either John Jones or Ludwig Heimris. Let's see what happens here. So coming towards the final corner, there comes John Jones. Oh, bit of contact, goes a bit sideways into the gravel trap. So he managed to turn the car around and stops in the middle of the track. Oh, that's really dangerous there for Laruri to stop in the middle of the road. Well, looks like he's managing to avoid getting piled on by someone. Okay, starts moving, stops again. How? Oh my goodness, how on earth did they managed to avoid? Oh, yeah, someone clipped him there. That's one of the Swedish drivers. So you catch... Stefan Johansson has clipped the wheel and the front wing, so it's broken LaRue's car. But that's completely Laruri's fault because he shouldn't have stopped in the middle of the road like that. So off, so yep, pulling up to the side, goes back on the track, and he's causing a bit of a traffic jam. That's Paddy Davison trying to get around them. That's going to ruin some of their lap times because, well, yeah, look at Alan Prost, he had to stop. And there's Bernd Schneider involved in this as well. Graham Duxbury. And what happens here? And gets cleared by Stig Blomqvist. So, yeah, all I can say is that was totally on Oscar Laruri. So Malcolm Stewart is the man who was in front. So let's see what he does here. What's his benchmark time going to be? As he's coming down the third and final sector of this track. Okay, so final sector 2 minutes 50.7. So there's a couple of cars left to go, and that's his benchmark time set for him to try and beat. And what's that time going to be? And here it comes, coming across the line. It's a 3 minutes 5.6. That seems like a really good time there from the New Zealander. How does that compare to everyone else? Okay, Alan Grice, so the 3 minutes 4.6 for Australia. The man who did really well for Australia in the previous round. Any Cheever, 3 minutes 6.4. Gotta watch out for the 4 championship contenders. John Nielsen, 3 minutes 6.4 for Denmark. There's Derek Warwick 4th. Nigel Mansell, 2nd fastest. However, Caldi is 3rd for Argentina, 3.5.1. But Alboreto goes fastest, 304.4. That is exactly what he needs. Fletcher Heimer goes 7th. Now Carlos Sainz is top. John Jones is 2nd. So Carlos Sainz wanting to give Spain something to cheer on for the final round of the season. That's a pretty good start from him right there. Louis Parasalin's return is 13th, 3 minutes 7.5, which is not great. Tino Salin 5th for Finland, 3 minutes 4.8. And got a few people coming in. Martin Baran ahead of his teammate Derek Daly. Fouché goes 13th. Senna, the defending champion, out of contention. He's currently now 17th in this qualifying session. Lundegg goes 15th for Netherlands. Philly Street is 16th on his return. Not looking too good for him. Pierre Doan did really well for Belgium in the previous round. It's 4th fastest with a 3 minutes 4.4. I think we may have had. I think we may have an incident in the final corner. Yes, we have had an incident. Right, really stole in his first Olympic F1 race, 3rd in qualifying. That's amazing stuff there from the Austrian. Try and find. Oh, Nini. Okay, Alessandro Nini's in trouble. What's that? Goes wide. Oh, okay, loses on his own, so made his own mistake. Is there anything else there? Is it just an off from Alessandro Nini? I'll count a couple of the last chicanes. Yep, cut the sausage carb off the road, and that's Nini off. I think that's everyone. Okay, so less than 7 minutes of the session to go. Let's see what happens here. So it's Carlos Sainz up front, John Jones 2nd, Rui Stoll 3rd, Alboreto 4th, Pierre Dome 5th, then it's Alan Grice 6th, Timo Salin 7th, Nigel Mansell 8th, Raikkonen 9th, and round for top 10 at the moment is Hanna McCullough of Finland. Alan Prost going into 19th. He's out of contention mathematically to win the championship, but still, so more than this, that'll be also the race has come out, but it's not going to be able to set a time on the state of the car because of the mistake he made. And we've still got Alessandro Nini off in the final chicane, so Nini need to get back in the pits and then get back out and try and set a time if he wants to qualify for the race. I mean, I think it's fair to say also Rui is not going to make it to the race because he's not going to be able to set a time because he's got because his car is badly damaged to drive. I'm going to go about 5 minutes left to the session to go, so Grice improves time. Any Cheever does improve time, goes into 15th. He goes ahead of Derek Warwick. First top 27, separated by about 3.3 seconds. Derek Warwick improves time, goes back ahead of A Cheever into 15th. Got a few more people coming across the line, also coming in the pits. Heimerth and Ricciardo coming in the pits, Carlos Sainz in the pits. And that's kind of the fastest in this session so far. I'm not seeing anyone saying faster times. Philippe Streif 26. And Louis Peresala looking like it's going up to only up to 22nd. Duet Albarel 4th. So none of the top 3 drivers, well, none of the championship contenders are in the top 3. There's Carlos Sainz first. Oh! And Derek Daly jumping into 7th for Ireland. Aaron Senna goes into up into 18th for Brazil. And someone else, George Foshi going up into 23rd for South Africa. Guess it's just attempts to try and finish strong this season. But yeah, I'm surprised by Rui Stoll. It's his first race in the F1 division. And look at that, could get first points just like that. Coming across the line, and where's he going to end up? He goes actually into 2nd. Alongside him would be Carlos Sainz. So that could be 2 bonus points in his first Formulalympic race, just like that. So amazing stuff from Rui Stoll. Where's his teammate Chauvet? Is Chauvet in the top 27? Yeah, he's in 13th. And we've got trouble. Now Parker's going a bit slowly. Oh no, it's Oscar Laruri. That's the problem. So Oscar Laruri is slowing everyone down because he don't know what he's on the track for, because he's got his car's too badly damaged to be doing this. But we've now got less than 3.5 minutes of the session to go. A few people are in the pits. Don't know if they'll come back out. They've got time to come back out. Probably not. So that'll be their sessions over and done with. Carlos Sainz came in the pits. He's come back out to do an outlap, so he's going to try to do one run. And Jan Senna was held up so badly by Ricciardo. Look at that, 9 seconds down. So that's not great. Now Lundex suffered as well because of that. But a lot of the people on their flying level have suffered quite considerably. Not Malcolm Stewart won't be one of them. He's coming down the 3rd sector. 7 tenths down. He wouldn't be able to. He wouldn't improve his time for himself or for New Zealand. We've got 2.5 minutes left to go. What's Malcolm Stewart going to do? He's going to hail for the pits, and that's going to be his session over and done with. I'm guessing Alan Grice is going to do the same. End his session here. Yes. It's currently 6th for Australia for the time being. Let's make Michele Alberto the championship leader. He's 8 points ahead of 2nd place, which is Cully Nigel Mansell. HG is first time in 15th. Mansell is 11th. So that'll be 7 positions separating them. Mansell's coming in the pits, and he's going to end his session there. What's Alvarez going to do? Well, Alvarez going to be nowhere near his best time because he'll have been held up by the Rory. Oh, made a mistake there. But he's back on the road. He's going to go for one more lap, I think, unless he's going to go to the pits at the end of this lap. Got less than 2 minutes of the session left to go. Derek Daly, what's he going to do here? Is he going to stay out or is he going to pit? He is staying out. He's going to go for it. See what he can do for himself on for Ireland. And there's also Laruri. Well, the badly damaged Laruri still not. Well, it's going absolutely nowhere fast. That is for sure. Sands in the pits. He's ending his session there. Larry Parkins is way off. I mean, so he's going to do one more lap. But he's just going to peel for the pits, and he is going to go into the pits. So is Pierre Dodon, who is currently 5th for Belgium. Ooh, bit of a nudge to the pits there with the Australian. I don't know that. Oh, something clearly has bothered Dodon there. PK 3 times down. This could be his chance to get a good time in for himself and for Brazil, because Brazil in charge of contention is 18th. No, PK's going to bail for the pits. We've got 35 seconds of the session to go. There's not a lot of people out on the track, let alone those in the top 27. But Carlos Sainz doing one final flying lap. It looks like he's going to be pole position, so he's going to get the 3 bonus points. But I guess he wants to make sure make sure it's guaranteed. But I imagine there isn't really going to be anyone else that's going to try and set a better time or would be able to. And the session's going to end now. There's 10 people on the track, so we just got to wait for them all to finish their runs. Oh, and that's the end of this session here. So, Carlos Sainz is the fastest with a 3:04.2. Rui still an impressive second place in his first F1 Formulalympic race. John Jones is third, Michele Abreu is fourth, Pierre Ledome fifth, and Grice is sixth. Derek Daly 7th, Timo Salen 8th, 9th is Nelson Piquet, and Malcolm Stewart rounds off your top 10. So the championship contenders: Michele Abreu 4th, Mansell is 11th, Philippe Streiff is not even on here, so Philippe Streiff is 31st, and Louis Persala, he is sitting in 26th position on the grid. So the advantage is well and truly Michele Abreu's, with its nearest rival 7 places down below him in the grid, and towards the end of it, so we've got, okay, Alessandro Nini did set a time as 4:26.1, Ruri 5:12.2, and Stig Blomqvist 5:17.4. So I don't know if those 3 drivers will make it to the race, but for the time being, let's then move to the grid sessions to confirm everything. For the final time this season, it's onto the grid. Carlos Sainz on pole position with Rui still an amazing debut for him in second. John Jones is third, and Michele Abreu will look at the second row. Pierre Ledome and Alan Grice on row 3, followed by Derek Daly and Timo Salen of Finland. Nelson Piquet and Malcolm Stewart round off the top 10. Nigel Mansell's 11th, Howie Kelly takes 12th, followed by Hannah Mikola and Pierre Schober of Austria. Then it's Eddie Cheever and Heimus Jr. in row 8, followed by Wark in 17th and Boy Rahal in 18th. Round the top 20 positions is Senna and Larry Perkins. Then Stefan Johansson and Bert Stein in row 11, followed by Alan Prost and George Foshi in row 12. 25th is John Nielsen, Louis Persala is 26th on the grid. The 2 Just drivers lock out row 14, with Thierry Boutsen and Paddy Davidson running up the top 30 positions. Philip Streiff 31st, Mark Brown is 32nd, Duxbury and Mass are in row 17, and the final F1 driver is Chris Nielsen in 35th, Raul Boesel is 36th in the F2 division, there's Keith Eriksson and Andrew Chesworth in row 19, Huisman and Dallas in row 20, Alonso and Winter row 21, row 22 Mikael Eriksson and Ricard Patrese, row 23 Danny Sullivan and Sandro Sala, row 24 is Philippe Alliot and Martin Brundle, row 25 George Fisher and Johan Kankin, Klaus Ludwig and Lindholm row 26, Derek Bell and John Bowe row 27, row 28 is Daniel Taves and Franz Conrad, and last place is Nick Johnson of Australia, is Alessandro Nini, Oscar Rui and Stig Blomqvist all failed to meet the 110% time, so only 35 F1 drivers are in this race with 22 F2 drivers. So going into this final race this season, Michele Abreu having a huge advantage over Mansell and Philippe Streiff, who are 11th and 31st respectively. What can Abreu do to capitalise? He's going to win the title. And John Winter, he's got his hard work cut out for him, with his championship rivals being Patrese, Sullivan, Alonso and someone else amongst them. So without further ado, for the final time this season, let's get on to the race and see who will be the F1, the F2 and the Nations champions. Well, this is it. This is the final race of the 1988 Formulalympics. It's Carlos Sainz on pole, with Rui still looking at the front row. John Jones getting the final bonus point in third, with Michele Abreu, the championship leader, fourth. His 2 rivals that can't win the championship are Nigel Mansell, who's starting 11th, and Philippe Streiff all the way down in 31st. So we got 35 of the 40 drivers in the F1 division this race, because both Greek drivers were disqualified in the previous round and they didn't have a reserve driver to fill either their seats. But we also had Alessandro Nini, Stig Blomqvist and Oscar Rui. All of them failed to make the 110% time, so they also 5 of them are not in this race. Of course, we've got the F2 division. Raul Boesel is in the front in 36 overall, with Keith Eriksson getting the second bonus point in 37th, and Andrew Chesworth getting the final bonus point in the F2 division in 38th. So leading the way in the F2 division is John Winter, who's starting 42nd overall, with his 3 championship rivals being Mikael Eriksson, Danny Sullivan and Ricard Patrese. Patrese is 44th, Sullivan is 45th, and Mikael Eriksson is 43rd. So the 4 of them are bunched up together. Who's going to win the F1 race? Who's going to win the F2 class? Who's going to win in the Nations Championship? Because in the Nations Championship, It's Italy out in front with 136 points. Spain are second, 129 points. France is third with 126 points. And Brazil are fourth with 117 points. They're the 4 teams in contention to win the Nations Championship. Without further ado, for the final time of the season, let's get in the race and find out. So let's see what happens here. We're not going to be able to... Okay, so camera's locked on to Sainz, which is perfect. As the race gets underway for the final time this season. Now, and we're underway, and not a good starter for Carlos Sainz. Really stolen his first F1 race. Could end up taking the lead. Thanks to having a better start, as Michele Alboreto has made his way to start getting past John Jones. And yes, Rui still does indeed take the lead of this race early on. What a start there for someone who's in their first race in the F1 division. Yeah, I think everyone's going to make it through safely. He's going to follow the car back to the pits before it's too late. So yeah, still leads. Sainz is second, Alboreto third, John Jones fourth, Alan Grice is fifth, Pierre Ledon 6th, Derek Day 7th, PK 8th, Theo Sala 9th, and Nigel Mansell getting past Malcolm Stewart to round off your top 10. So, amazing start there. Oh, we got a problem already. Boy, Rahul's into the barrier already. Okay, so Rahul, what's happened to the American? Okay, disaster right off the bat for the American. So is that Ludwig Heinrich with them? That's what there. Yes, Ludwig Heinrich, the coming around the right hander. What's happened here? So it goes. Oh, it goes awfully wide, and he made a mistake. Yeah, okay. So what happened is Rahul made a mistake, tried to get back to the overcorrected it, and ended up in the wall. So that's boy Rahul out of the race on the very first lap. And here comes Alboreto though, trying to put the pressure on Carlos Sainz to try and take second place. The Italian who's determined to win this Drivers' Championship and win Italy the Nations Championship as well. By Rahul, yep, that hits him out of the race. And there's John Jones, though it's going to be 3 wide between Sainz, Alboreto and Jones. But it looks like now Michele Alboreto is made his way in second. He's going to try and take the lead off the Austrian, Rui Stoll. Now what can Rui Stoll do here? It's going to be under a lot of pressure. Got off to an amazing start. And we've got an incident. We got a massive incident. Helen McCall's in the wall. Okay, so we've had a huge disaster. Turning towards the midfield. No, the board's having a disaster because, well, it's freaking out. So we're gonna go with McCullough because he was caught up in all this. So we got 4 drivers: Stewart, Ricciardi, and Mansell. Okay, so Mansell trying to get on the left hand side, catches Malcolm Stewart, and catches Ricciardi. And yeah, okay, so Mansell just clipped Malcolm Stewart. I think he was trying to slip behind him, but he ended up spinning out Stewart. This was not a great line, to be fair to Mansell, but even still, he should have just tucked in behind Stewart rather than trying to push him. Into the wall he goes. And Mansell's clipped his teammate. Malcolm Stewart is stuck there. Heinrich is stuck there. And there's the rest of the field coming in. Ricciardi, he's facing the wall. Mikola, I don't know if he can continue, but it looks like Mansell may have just put himself in a position where he might end up. Yeah, he's got a badly damaged wing, so I think this is a sign. Malcolm Stewart's out of the race. And now Carlos Sainz has had an off. Off goes Sainz. Oh wow. Okay, drama here. Okay, so we have 2 major dramas. Oh man, trying to keep up all this is just not able to do it. So he's on the outside with Alboreto and Rui Stoll. Oh, is that John Joe? No, it's Rui Stoll. It's 3 wide. Michele Alboreto, contact. Oh, Rui Stoll trying. Oh wow. Okay, so Alboreto and Sainz went off. Stoll was trying to. Clearly Stoll was trying to hold his ground. I mean, 3 wide, just like that. I mean, he's on the inside line. Oh, right. Michele Alboreto was trying to cut in there. Yeah, still had nowhere to go. But if Sainz is out, that could end up meaning it's the end of the Spain's chance of winning the Nations Championship. He's not going anywhere. His teammate Luis Persala, well, no, that's not him. He's down in 26. Got a lot of ground to make up to try and catch up to Alboreto, and as well as the rest of the teams that are in championship contention. The Nations Championship. Hannah McCullough is out. Carlos Sainz is not going anywhere. I think Sainz may be out as well. Alboreto has slipped down to third. Well, down to third because he got shoved off the road. But so John Jones goes to second for Canada. So Alboreto is third. Grice is fourth. Fifth is Dodone. PK is sixth. In seventh is Derek Daly. Tucson is eighth. Pierre Chauvet is ninth. And Carlos Sainz is indeed out, which means Spain are in serious trouble because Luis Persala is 25th. Alboreto is third. So pretty much this is the perfect position for Italy as a whole, because, well, they didn't qualify for the race, but Alboreto out in front, he's third, but he's well ahead of the Brazilians and the French drivers and Luis Persala as well. So essentially this is looking really, really good for Italy as a whole, as well as Alboreto individually. Mansell is dropped to 13th, and where is Philippe Streif? He's made his way to 21st, but they are way behind Alboreto, so they've got all to do to try and catch up to him. And as far as I'm concerned, I mean, there's only one lap in, there's still 15 to go, but basically at this point, all Alboreto just needs to do is just keep it clean and just stay ahead of him, and he's pretty much got the championship in the bag. I mean, he's got an 8-point margin over Mansell and a 24-point over Streif. Like, Streif needs to win the race, and Alboreto to not finish higher than 9th, not finish 9th or higher. And right now it's looking very unlikely because, well, Streif's 21st and Alboreto is currently 3rd. And so Streif trying to make the move on Baron Schneider, that's for 20th place. Nigel Mansell trying to chase down Ludwig Heinrich. And Yannick Dalmas has retired in the F2 division. Okay, so Yannick Dalmas, who was very unlucky in the F1 division the previous round, and it seems to have bled over into the F2 division for him. Where is Dalmas? Sitting 41st. He's got, that's Andrew De Cesaris, that's just in front of him. Caught the sausage curb, and he goes into the gravel trap, and he got clipped by someone. Who did I catch him out there? Looks like one of the Swedes. Nope, that's the wrong. Oh no, alright, I thought I pressed the wrong button. It's Mikael Eriksson. Okay, oh yeah, because Mikael Eriksson in the championship hunt, well, he's clipped him. That might have damaged Mikael Eriksson's wing. That's going to put him in a huge damage. In fact, Danny Sullivan is caught up in that, which is a disaster for Danny Sullivan, because that's going to make him catch John Winter much more difficult. And Nigel Mansell's damaged wing is coming back to Holland. He's being passed by Senna, and here comes Alan Prost to try and make his way into 14th. So yeah, this is really bad news for Mansell. He's trying to keep it together, but he's not able to do that. And yeah, he's losing ground because of it. That's Luis Persala, 24th, essentially carrying Spain's challenge for the Nations Championship. And it's going to be a really difficult situation from this. Streif 21st, got George Fauci side him, and we see John Jones going on the chicane. Around the chicane, the hairpin, and PK is off for Brazil. Okay, so this could be another disaster there for the Nations Championship. As PK being spun round. Where I hate the board gets messed up like this all the time. There's PK. Okay, there's PK there. Okay, so PK coming around to the hairpin. This side's got Alan Grice, Pierre Dodone. Oh, Derek Daly as well. Oh, 4 wide. Alan Grice clipped Dodone, and Dodone bounced into. Yes, his car snapped into PK. PK in the barrier, and that might be it for PK. That might end up being it for Brazil for the Nations Championship as well, unless PK can get back in action. No, he cannot. So that is Philippe Streif out of the race, and PK's out of the race because Philippe Streif coming towards the hairpin. Oh, very always risky when you battling the hairpins, because it seems to be because we get a lot of drama that happens on both in the F1 and the F2 division. And that's the top three drivers. John Jones is leading for Canada, really still second for Austria, Alberto third for Italy, Derek Daly fourth for Ireland, fifth is Pierre Ledon for Belgium, Alan Grice sixth for Australia, Timo Salmon seventh for Finland, Pierre Shaw eighth for Austria, ninth is Aichir for the United States, and right off the top 10, Derek Wark for the United Kingdom. So the field is spreading out quite a lot because of course we've got the F2 division as well in this race. But Michele Alboreto first sitting comfortably in third to ensure he's going to win the Drivers' Championship and the Nations' Championship. Just gotta make sure that he keeps it clean throughout this race. Don't have to worry about Stoll or John Jones, except for a bit of pride. And okay, John Jones fast lap 3 minutes 6.8. So yep, Alboreto not being that time, but he does not need to worry. He is in a really good position to take the win, to win the championship for himself and for the team. Where is Mansell? Mansell's dropped down to 14th. He's trying to keep it together. Oh, both him and Prost went a little bit wide there. 3 minutes 9:11. Oh, 3 minutes 9.1 for Prost. 3 minutes 12.1 for Mansell. So his wing is really making him suffer. You know, Philip Streif in a tussle with this Stephanie Johansson. He's got quite a few people. There's Louis Persals amongst them as well, who's desperately need to make up some ground to carry Spain's challenge, but is not looking good. Not looking good at all. But Philip Streif needs to try and make his way up the order and quickly, just like Louis Persal needs to for Spain. And we're on to lap 3 of 16. Alboreto chasing down really Stoll on the third lap, still in the podium spot, which is amazing. Like really amazing job there from him. We'll take this up to the top 27. That's Mark Baran making his way 27 for Ireland. Now chasing Paddy Davison of New Zealand, who's trying to make the pass on Arie Luyendyk. And coming towards the chicane, the hairpin. Alboreto going for the inside line. Can he get past Ray Stoll this time round? Oh no, Stoll has managed to get that nose out and hang on for second. You know, got the battle for fifth going on between Grice, Ledon and Salonen. Salonen making his way to fifth, and Derek Wark's off. Derek Wark has been spun round. He's going to catch. Oh, he collides with Ludwig Heinrich. Really poor there of Derek Wark, and Heinrich and Senna got clipped. Derek Wark's out of the race. Heinrich's trying to keep going. I collides with Mark Baran, but Heinrich is back in the race, so Derek Wark is out. Okay, come on, board clock will be going towards the hairpin. He's with a Cheever, and banged wheels there. I think that's what's happened. Let's see, coming towards the hairpin. There we are. Derek Wark going for the inside line. Let's see what happened here. Oh, rear wheels touched, and Wark ended up going in the barrier. Okay, so Wark's out. Heinrich able to keep going, but Heinrich has lost a lot of possessions. He's dropped down to 24th. Mansell's made it to 12th thanks to those two drivers making misfortunes. Philippe Streif is now up to 60s. Try to chase Thierry Boutsen for 50s. Arie Luyendyk's retired. Okay, so what happened to Arie Luyendyk? Arie Luyendyk, he wasn't in the top 27, so we wouldn't have seen him. 29th. Oh, coming towards the hairpin. It's a good. Oh, we're not going to reach the hairpin. So collision with Graham Duxbury and Paddy Davison. Davison going for a massive spin. Oh, Arie Luyendyk's engine's gone, so Martin Baran was caught up in this as well. So Graham Duxbury. So who touched who here? Marbaran. Oh, slightly touching Davidson. And then Duxbury touching the back of Aaron Lundegg. Aaron Lundegg just lost control and essentially ping-ponged into Davidson and Duxbury. Whoa! Duxbury just sent Paddy Davidson around. So yeah, so Duxbury is able to keep going, but Paddy Davidson, it looks like he might be out as well. So Aaron Lundegg and Paddy Davidson, oh, their final race of the season's come to an end. In fact, we've got an F2 driver. The leading F2 driver is made its way to the top 27 overall. Raul Boesel in 26th and Kenneth Eriksson 27th. John Jones 305.6. In fact, Mikel Abreu is the fast man in the race, 305.4. And Mikel Abreu is ahead of Stoll into second, which is absolutely perfect for him because that's more points going his way, and it puts Mansell, Streif at even bigger disadvantage. Because Nigel Mansell is 12th and Streif is 16th. They've really got their work cut out for sure. Mansell does 312.7 compared to Streif's 308.9, which is still about 4 seconds slower than Michele Alboretto's time, as Streif looks like they're trying to move in boots in for 15th place. And the field is spreading out a lot, which is and yet Streif has got past the Belgian, so Streif is gaining the place, but he's still got another 13 places to try and gain to catch up to the Italian. I mean, we're on lap 4:16, so we're nearly we're about a quarter of the way there. And well, things are going perfect for the championship leader. As we got three-way battle for 6. This is between Chauvet, Grice, and Dome. Meanwhile, we've got Daly and Saladin in a battle for 4th place. So what's going to happen here? And Daly trying to keep his nose out in front, but Timo Salonen is determined to finish strong for Finland, that's for sure. And Salonen is going for the move, and I think he's just got ahead of Paddy Davidson has retired. Not surprised. Oh yeah, because I guess he wasn't able to get this car moving again. So so Paddy Davidson is out, and Stone is ahead of Chauvet and Grice. So Chauvet is right next to the Belgian, determined to get into 5th place. And we got Johansson and Joachim Mass have had a big crash, it looks like. Okay, it's fine. We'll find them and see what happened to the pair of them. Where is? Okay. So, all the F2 drivers are making pit stops. So, some of them are. There's Joachim Mass. There he is. Let's see what happens here. So, this is where Joachim Mass, Johansson, and that looks like Louis Persala as well. Yes, it is Louis Persala. And George Foch right behind them. Let's see. Oh, what's going to happen here? There's going to be a touch somewhere between Johansson and Mass. Oh, George Foch slipping in, making 4 wide. And Joachim Mass, his engine's blown because of the accident. Yeah, but it looks like Joachim Mass and Johansson coming together, while Persala and Foch just managing to get out of that unscathed. So Mass is out, and so is going to be Stefan Johansson. They're not going anywhere. So look at that, Rabosel in the F2 division going up into 24th overall, it looks like. Wait till the F2 drives catch up. There we go. Stefan Johansson is officially out. And we got an F1 driver in the way. That's slow in the way. Who is that? Is that? Okay, that is Graham Duxbury's 45th overall. Okay, so Graham Duxbury is able to keep going. Okay, that's making things awkward. Derek Days into 4th, Stone 5th, Salonen Oh, being slowed down by him, drops down to 6. Pierre Chauvet and Alan Grice. Okay, Graham Duxbury, you are going to cause a problem, aren't you? Philippe Streif up into 13, so he hasn't caught up to the slow-moving South African yet. But a few people have, such as Baron Schneider. And Baron Schneider's made his way around. And now Streif's found his way around as well. And we've got a huge traffic jam there with Graham Duxbury in the way. Okay, and it's actually affected Nigel Mansell quite badly. He's dropped down to 17, the Streif up into 13th. And Louis Persala has been caught out as well. And Louis Persala, well, not going to help going wide like that. And coming towards the hairpin. And Chris Nissen getting around Graham Duxbury. And we had an incident. Oh, Ludwig Heinrich has gone off now for Canada. Okay, what happened to Heinrich? He's got a badly damaged wing. Oh, okay. Went off. Went what? Completely missed that turn and just ended up going into the gravel trap. And that is it for Ludwig Heinrich Jr. John Jones leading the way by 4.5 seconds over Michele Alboreto. Rui Stoll sitting in 3rd. Derek Daly is 4th. Pierre Ledone 5th, 6th is Timo Salonen, Pierre Shaw at 3rd, Alan Grice under pressure from Eddie Cheever in 8th, with Alan Prosser at the top 10. And here comes Eddie Cheever to make his way through, and Raul Boso, the leading F2 driver, is coming into the pits now. So that's going to so Kenneth Eriksson staying out, so Kenneth Eriksson is going to take the lead. Mikael Eriksson's coming into the pits for Sweden, while Andrew Cesaris is gonna wait to find out, see what he's going to do. And Louis Persal and Nigel Mansell in the battle for 17th now. As we're on lap 5 of 16. Kanklin's ended, Cesaris are in. And Raboso has come out of the pits and now in the hunt trying to chase down Kenneth Eriksson. As John Winter is staying out. So I think he pitted on the previous lap is there, and we've got Mauricio Sala and Betracy that stayed out as well. Checking further in the field. Anything else to note? Don't think so. Not yet. Anyway, Louis Persala is 17th. Ludwig Heinrich is out of the race. As Persala and Mansell continue their tussle for 17th. It's Philippe Streif is 13th. And kind of no man's land at the moment. He is 6 seconds down on 12th place, which is currently held by Bernd Schneider of West Germany. And I would take John Nielsen and Boutsen battle for 14th place. John Jones getting a little bit air there as he's starting lap number 6 of 16. 3:05.5, and not the fastest lap. 3:06.2. In fact, Stoll was a bit faster than Alboreto on that previous lap. So Rui Stoll is picking up the pace a little bit. Derek Daly, personal best in 4th. And he's pushing hard to try and catch. And oh, we've got Boutsen's off! Big crash there from Thierry Boutsen. Okay, I thought George Fauchi was catching up to them. I'm going to change the camera. There's George Fauchi, South Africa on the charge with John. Trying to make the move on John Nielsen. And John Nielsen just barely touched Boutsen. Oh! Huge crash into the barriers. That was a really big hit there for Thierry Boutsen, and that's going to be it for Boutsen, I think. Not going to be able to recover for that. John Jones lapping his F2 teammate, which I'm going to assume was either George Fisher or it's Franz Conrad. Michele Alboreto. Oh, I think who got the fastest lap? I think Bernd Schneider got the fastest lap there. Michele Alboreto sitting in front of the will be the F2 drivers coming to lap, and yet Boutsen is out of the race. And we see who Jones has lapped. So John Jones, he's Canadian, Christian and the Austrian. And Alboreto side by side with with someone who's side by side with. It's Rudy Stoll. Oh yeah, it's Rudy Stoll. He's right beside. So battle for second. Suddenly Rudy Stoll's call up to them, and that's Pierre. It's Pierre Chauvet. No, it's not Pierre Chauvet. Who is that? Franz Conrad. Oh my word! I'm sorry, I can't read names. It looks like all of a sudden, but bear with me. I am trying my best here. Both are Kenneth Eriksson leading the way in the F2 division. He's coming into the pits now. As Raul Bozo is coming down the final sector of this track. So can the Brazilian catch him, or will Kenneth Eriksson stay ahead? John Winter, meanwhile, third in the F2 division, ahead of his rivals. That would be more than enough for him to win the F2 championships, as Kenneth Eriksson is on the move. Rabozo coming around the first corner, and I think Rabozo is going to just about get ahead of the Swede and retake the lead in the F2 division. And back in the front, John Jones has actually been passed by Alboreto. Alboreto taking the lead of the race, and we got a F2 car in the way of Dick Johnson of Australia. That's what Michele Alboreto needed, and now he can try and pull away from John Jones to take the win, even though he does not need the win at all. He just needs to beat his rivals to clinch the championship. So yeah, Alboreto, what a move there from the Italian. Trying to show him how it's done. We've got other F2 drivers as well. There's Howard Husman, and that's George Fischer of Austria, and a lot of them coming into the pits. Howard Husman slowed Alboreto down. He's going to the pits. That could help John Jones and Rudy Stoll out. Meanwhile, we've got someone else in the F2 division staying out. In fact, John Jones is right behind the Italian, and there's the F2 cars. That could prove to be a bit of a hindrance on these drivers. George Fischer of Austria is one of them. That could be a benefit to Rudy Stoll. There is Sebastian Lindholm that's in front of him as well. That could pose an issue as Michele Alboreto making his way to lap George Fischer. He's gone and done so. Now I'm going to try and do the same with Sebastian Lindholm, which he does. And John Jones not able to do that. Oh no, he's doing it actually. Never mind, take that back. Oh, actually, Derek Daly in the background now. Derek Daly only 2.1 seconds down on Alboreto. So Derek Daly and Pierre Done is suddenly closing in on the top three drivers. And look at this. It looks like we have a situation. It might be 3 wide for the lead of the race. So maybe if Rudy Stoll can get close enough to do so, and Alboreto and John Jones. Now the tussle for the lead is well and truly on between them. And Rudy Stoll going for the outside line there. We've got a couple of F2 battles going on amongst them as well. And Alboreto, oh, was that wheels touching there between Alboreto and John Jones? Maybe. And it's going to be quite tense here as they're coming towards the hairpin. How is this going to play out for these guys? Wheels touch between John Jones and Stoll. They've all made it through safely. Nice. Oh, I can't tell here who's in front. Oh, I think Rudy Stoll has managed to sneak his way back into the lead of the race, and John Jones looking like he may have just he's got his nose out, so he's a bit ahead of Alboreto, so got the advantage over the Italian. So all of a sudden Alboreto's back to third. With Derek Daly threatening to make a move on the championship leader as well. Alright, so it worked out in Alboreto's favour. Now it's come back to bite him, because now John Jones and Stoll are managed to use the F2 drivers to their advantage to stay ahead, to get back ahead of him. And we've got the F2 drivers coming in the pits. John Winter, Tracy, Bothell and Kenneth Eriksson staying out. So not too many F2 drivers ahead of them that would slow the front runners down. Well, that's Derek Daly. Oh, it's lost about touch of distance between him and Alberto. He's got an F2 driver to get past. And Larry Perkins has had an off with the hairpin. Okay, so the Aussie has been taken out. Oh, that's PR. There we are. And this is with Nigel Mansell, looks like. And Nigel Mansell, in his frustration, has pushed Larry Perkins off the track, and that is it for Larry Perkins. Nigel Mansell probably under investigation. He's down in 19th. He's way behind Alboreto. Not really posing a challenge for the championship title. Neither is Philippe Streif, who is in 13th, but he's got Formula 2 drivers they have to deal with. And Rudy Stoll and John Jones punch the battle for the lead. Alvarez dropped quite a bit back. Dropped down to about being 2.5 seconds behind, but there's Derek Daly right behind him as well. But anyway, we're halfway into this race, and here comes John Jones to take the lead, maybe? Yeah, but it looks like he has. He's gone lap the American F2 driver as well. But let's take a look at the progress. Who's made the biggest gains and losses? Biggest gainer in this lot, the F2 drivers, pretty much. Kankan. George Fauchy's off. One of the F2 drivers is off as well. Okay. Well, that's Philippe Alliot. Alliot's had an incident. He's back on the track. Okay, so Alliot. They will keep going. Derek Bell. If it's not, then it's Martin Brundle that has gone off. Derek Bell must have been Philippe Streif has had a moment. Fauchy, okay, that'll be Brundle then he's had an incident with. Let's see. Going towards the final chicane. John Nielsen and Brundle. Brundle's having a bit of a coming together with John Nielsen. Brundle went way wide and catches Fauchy out. And it ended up being stuck on top of George Fauchy. Okay, that's a very strange incident we've had, but that is going to be it for Fauchy and for Martin Brundle. So, we'll just skip that because so much drama is happening. Let's get the normal board back. There we are. So Larry Perkins out, George Fauchy is out. As we're coming towards the hairpin, John Jones with Reese Stills dropped down to 5th. Okay. Okay, I'm going to check this. What happened to... Why Still lost so many possessions all of a sudden? Graham Duxbury still... Graham Duxbury still in this race. What is Duxbury doing? He's weaving. Okay, that'll probably explain why Stoll's lost so many possessions. Stoll's lost his got a damaged front wing as well because of Graham Duxbury. So Graham Duxbury, it's the final race of the season. There's no really point putting him under investigation because he's so far behind the rest of the field, but that's completely ruined Stoll's amazing debut right there. And we've got interesting battle for third though. Pierre de Daune is suddenly made his way into 3rd place for Belgium, getting past Derek Daly. Fallon 5th. Stoll is still in the point position 6th, with Alan Grice, Prost, Schneider and Schubert running off the points positions. Philippe Streif in 13th, under pressure from John Nielsen. He's trying to catch up to Ayrton Senna, but Senna is about more than 30 seconds ahead, and now they've got to deal with Graham Duxbury slowing him down. Streif's got past, but John Nielsen hasn't. And we've got the battle for third still brewing. They've got F2 drivers to deal with. That's one of the Americans, that's Al Unser. Now what could Derek Daly do here to get back ahead of Pierre de Daune, who's unsure? All I know is it's going to be quite tussle because they're battling for each other for 27th overall, which is I think 5th in the F2 division, and they've got Timo Salonen catching up to them, who's trying to see if he can get himself involved in the action. And John Jones had a bit of an off, pushing hard, and Alboreto, ooh, a little bit wide there as well. And Derek Daly's capacity to drive it, so he's into third for Ireland. So Pierre Jones goes work out to try and catch back up to it again. Rudy Stoll has gone off, and I think Rudy Stoll is going to be out of the race. Okay, so, oh man, this was going so well for Stoll, but because of the Duxbury incident, it's gone horribly wrong for him. Let's see, coming around there. Oh! Alonso seems to have come to a complete stop. If so, why? What on earth has happened here? Oh, Alonso's had an incident with Salonen. Okay, so Alonso was caught in a different incident, and it ended up catching really Stoll out. Okay, check on Alonso. There he is. Let's see what happened to him. Team of Salonen right behind him. Oh! No, actually, Alonso spun Peter Doan, came back on the track, and really still had nowhere to go, just plowed into the back of him. Okay, so Alonso actually spun one of the F1 drivers, and then ended up catching out another F1 driver, and now Stoll has paid the price, and it looks like it's going to be it for him. He's not. Yeah, he's in the ground trap. But it's going to be. Don't think he's going to go anywhere. So I think it's fair to say that is. Yep, really Stoll is out of the race. That is so unfortunate. He was doing so well in his first F1 division race, and it's just ended, just like that. Well, lots of retirements in this race, lots of drama as you expect. But oh my goodness, just lots and lots of drama. But at the end of the day, it's Alboreto that's pretty much going to have sitting on cloud 9. John Winter as well, because they're pretty much in comfortable position to win the F1 and the F2 championships. And of course, Italy still in a very, very strong and massive advantage to win the Nations Championship as well. And Michael Alboreto trying to slice up John Jones, see if he can make the move and make his way into the lead of this race. Buying his time, he does not need to rush this at all. He's pretty much in a comfortable place. And Derek Daly, an amazing, would be an amazing result for Ireland to finish the last race in third place. Team of Salonen doing really well for Finland, and fourth. Pierre Doan, amazing. It would be amazing into the season to finish fifth. West Germany not able to defend their title. It just was being. To be fair, they had a really tough competition. Berchenay did pretty well. Joachim Mass maybe have underperformed for the team a bit, but still a decent effort from the West German team to try and hold on to that title. We're lap 9 at 16, so we start pretty much at the start of the second half of this final race of the 1988 Formulalympic season. The only question is, what's going to happen here? How is this season going to end? And Louis Parsala passed phase 3 for 12th place. And Team of Salen's has managed to keep ahead of Pierre de Dome for now. And the question is, what's going to happen now? John Jones trying to now lap. This will be, well, he has to drive. That'll be Mikael Eriksson. Yep, and he just breezes past the Swede, and now he's got Andre Chesler to try and do the same. Going on the inside and easily makes his way through. Now, is John Jones paying this lap? No, he's not. He's going to stay out and keep going. Brad staying out as well, and I think the F2 drivers are coming to the pits this lap. Yeah, Andre Chesler's come in, so is Mikael Eriksson, it looks like. So Derek Day and Tucson not having to worry as much with traffic, unlike Albert and John Jones, who've had to have a bit of it. But it looks like Riccardo Patrese staying out, so Pierre Doan needing to find his way through, and he easily makes his way past the Italian. And we're on lap 10 of 16 now. And the only F2 drivers not lapped are Kenneth Eriksson and Rob, both the two leading drivers. And we've had an incident with one of the Erikssons. Yeah, so one of them has had an incident. I think that's Mikael Eriksson. Or if it's Mikael Eriksson, then that's going to be his chance to win the F2 championship over. Coming out of the pits. Okay, what's happened here for the Swede? And being... Oh, he's been put... Oh, he got pushed by... Mauricio Sandra Sala has pushed Mikael Eriksson out of the way. And that might have just cost Mikael Eriksson the championship title. So, yeah, that's it. That's going to be it for... Mikael Eriksson's out, so that's his chance to win the title over. Great news for John Winter. He's only really got to deal with Patrese and Danny Sullivan. Sullivan's 26, Patrese 23rd, John Winter's 22nd overall, so he's pretty much ahead of him regardless. And yep, just got to wait for. So what's happened is we've got Bernd Schneider has caught up to Pierre Done and is actually trying to make the move for 5th place, trying and get the defending champion to finish strongly this season after a really difficult season for them. Meanwhile, Nigel Mansell is down to 18th place. I think it's the last, apart from Graham Duxbury, I think it's the last of the F1 division runners. Just that damaged front wing has pretty much ruined his chances of trying to get that title off Alboreto. Now, really unfortunate, but that's the Olympics for you. It is so unforgiving at times, and this race in general is very unforgiving, much like the Indy 500 race in the previous round, where we had lots and lots of drama. And there's John Jones trying to lap Kenneth Eriksson, which means the only F2 driver that you need to try and lap is Raul Boesel, the leading F2 driver, who's now up into 19th overall. Just, it's crazy that we've got the leading F2 driver this high up the board in this final round of the 1988 Formulalympic season. So that means about half the F1 drivers have retired. Just when the going gets tough, I guess drama is always going to ensue. In fact, the F2 leading driver is in the pits, and so is John Jones. He's coming into the pits this lap. Now Barretto, he's also pitting this lap. Okay, so what can John Jones and Alboreto do here? As Kenneth Eriksson takes the lead of the F2 division now, thanks to Bosel's pit stop. Derek Daly's coming to the pits as well, and Bernd Schneider is actually staying out, so he's going to be in the lead for now. But can he use that to his advantage, or will that come back to bite him? As we got a lot of others coming in the pit. A Cheever is staying out though, so A Cheever is only going to be in second, and Ayrton Senna is staying out as well. Yeah, so this could be actually if the late pit stop strategy works, then Senna could probably do something about it. But John Jones on the move. Alboreto, meanwhile, well, to his time in the pit, he's finally coming out, but he's going to come out in 7th. He's behind Streif, he's behind Streif. And the F2 division, it is Kenneth Eriksson is leading the way. Chesler is second, third, Mauricio Sala with Lindholm 4th, and Philippe Halley running up the top 5 positions in the F2 division. So yeah, Schneider, maybe Schneider's late pit strategy could come to it. John Jones has spun. Okay, off goes John Jones. Okay, what's happened to the Canadian? I mean, John Jones was pushing hard, that's for sure. Oh, did he make his own mistake? He's gone wide. Oh no, he's made a mistake. Oh, That is really unfortunate because John Jones was pushing hard. This would have been a great chance to finish highly for Canada, but yeah, it just he was determined to get himself back to the lead, and but it's cost him really badly. Oh dear. Okay, but we'll go watch out for Schneider, Cheever, and Senna. Oh, and Nielsen as well. Philly Street as well, because none of them have pitted. So they're going for a later pit stop strategy. The only question is, will it go in their favor? Can it pay off in their favor? Will it get ahead of Alboreto, who is sitting in 6th place right now, with Pierre Ledon behind them? He's slapping Mauricio Sala from the F2 division. John Jones, yep, nothing he can do about it. That's it. That's it for him. That's the leading F2 driver of Kenneth Eriksson. The only driver that's not been lapped by the leading F1 driver, which is Bernd Schneider currently. And a lot of overtakes within the F2 division will probably be at the long straight, where everyone's just getting everyone's slipstream. Is we got Derek Daly getting ahead of Timo Salonen for 9th place. Derek Daly will be trying to push to try and make his way back into 3rd place. Well, that should be 2nd place now because John Jones is out of the race pretty much. Watch out for Bernd Schneider. Is he playing this lap, or is he going to try and go for another lap? Playing a risky strategy. A couple corners left to go for Schneider, and that's him coming into the pits now. Cheever, I imagine he's going to pit this lap, so is Senna. So, the question is, where is Schneider going to come out? Is he going to be ahead or behind John Jones? Yep, that's him finally out of the car. Alvarez got his F2 teammate to pass, and he's gone and done so. And Bernd Schneider, oh, he's on the move already. He's going to be considerably well and truly he's going to be well and truly ahead of Alboreto by quite a margin as well. So Alboreto is going to he'll be into 2nd. But yeah, Schneider pulling out a really good strategy there. Pierre Jones into 3rd, Alan Grice 4th, Derek Daly going into 5th, Timo Salonen is going to jump into 6th place. So it seems the big winner out of the pit stops there is well and truly Bernd Schneider, because it looks like the others have done doing a similar strategy, but they were not able to capitalize on getting advantage out of it. So that's definitely shaking things up a little bit, as we're on to lap 12 of 16. So we've still got a few laps of this race to go. And Bernd Schneider with a 10-second advantage over Alboreto. And who's ahead of him? That's Graham Duxbury, who's still in this race. He's 37th overall, but he's well and truly outside the of the 90% completion rule. So unless something dramatic happens, there is no way he's going to be a Class 5 finisher, no matter what. As we've got a couple of the F2 drivers getting ahead of where John Jones has crashed out at this point in the race. With Kenneth Eriksson leading the F2 division, with Chesworth in 2nd, Mauricio Sala 3rd, Didier Tace 4th, and Juha Kankkunen as the top 5. With John Winter behind Patrici and Sullivan, but with how big the margin is, because the margin is 15 points, John Winter would still win the F2 division, win the championship. Let's go wait to see if anything else is going to happen, but I imagine things might trail off now. As we've got a bit of drama there, because we've got the F2 driver, we've got Graham Duxbury in the way, and it's actually slowing people down. Nigel Mansell is in the barrier. Oh man, let's just pretty much put the nail in the coffin. Mansell, just, oh man. Okay, what's happened to Mansell? Okay, this is a similar spot where John Jones had gone off, And he's made the same mistake as the Canadian. So that is it for Nigel Mansell. That's him out of the race. And that's his chance of winning the F1 Division Championship over. So it's really down to Alboreto and Streif. Streif is 10th, Alboreto 2nd. So pretty much, so Streif has to win this race, and Alboreto to even have a remote chance. So Alboreto needs, Perez needs to finish 2nd above, and that's Perez has championship title guaranteed, even no matter what. So, but with Alboreto 2nd, Streif is going to be nowhere close to being able to pull this off. So it's fair to say Alboreto is going to clinch the Drivers' Championship, as the leader of Bernd Schneider is starting lap number 13 of 16. 4 laps left to go. Mansell is officially out of the race, and his chances of the title well and truly gone. There's a lot of heartbreak there for the Brits. Double DNFing in this final race of the season. Derek Daly still hanging in a very solid 4th for Ireland. Ireland's having a really tough season, but they did get a couple of good results this season. Done a good couple of performances as well. There's Ayrton Senna making his way to 8th. I mean, Brazil having an outside chance to win the Nations Championship, but for the Brazilian of Senna is 8th compared to Alboreto in 2nd. Italy would still be well and truly ahead of the Brazilian team. But we've still got a few laps left to go. Still time for any last minute dramas in this race. Louis Persat made his way to 7th. Good effort, but it does not look like it's going to be enough to help Spain out. Kenneth Eriksson, the leading F2 driver, well and truly ahead of 2nd place of Cesaris. They're the only driver so far to have passed Nigel Mansell at this point of the race, but John Winter pretty much still in a great position to take the title home with them. John Nielsen and Ayrton Senna battle for 8th position. Denmark against Brazil for 4 points possibly. And John Nielsen going for the inside, and the outside is Ayrton Senna. And they've just lapped one of the F2 drivers. That looks like Andre de Cesaris. They've lapped the man who is 2nd in the F2 division. And what's going to happen here as they're making their way towards the hairpin. I keep saying chicane, it's not chicane, it's a hairpin. Big difference between the two. And Ayrton Senna getting the better line, and he's going to come out ahead of Nielsen. Of course, Ayrton Senna is 6 seconds down on the next driver in 7th, which is currently Louis Persala for Spain. And quite interestingly, the top F2 driver is now 17th overall. So we've got 16 of F1 drive of the 35 F1 drivers that started this race ahead of the rest of the F2 field. I mean, quite a result that is. We're about to start lap number 14 with 3 laps left before the season has officially come to an end. And Michele Alboreto, well, despite missing 4 races after getting a 4-race suspension, absolutely managing to assert his dominance, and pretty much is going to be the man to clinch home the title for himself and for the Italian team. With 3 laps left to go, unless something massive happens, I believe that is going to be it for the season. I really truly believe that. John Nielsen went pretty wide there, had a bit of an off. Philippe Streif makes the same mistake with his teammate Prost right behind him. And Prost, slight touch there, but managing to keep going. A few passes down the field. Kenneth Eriksson leading the F2 division now is Andre de Cesaris has come to the pits. Didier Thies is now 3rd in the F2 division for Belgium. Ideally, well, trying to catch up to Doan, there is a gap of 2.6 seconds separating them. There's Alberetta not too far ahead of them as well by about 2.5 seconds. But Bernstein has opened the gap to just over 17 seconds over the championship leader. This will be an amazing result for West Germany. Came in the season as defending champions. Oh, we've had an off. Alonso and DDT's had an incident. They've kept going. They've been passed by Marisa Sala, but clearly something went horribly wrong for the two of them. But they're in the pits now. That's okay. Strange, but they've kept it going for sure. As Bernstein is getting past, that'll be something that's Graham Duxbury's lap again. I think Graham Duxbury, it's got to be at least 4 laps down. I mean, sure, gotta give it to him. They've kept going despite the fact that he is probably not going to be classified finisher. But he's kind of affected the race. But now Alan Grice for Australia going up into 5th ahead of Timo Salonen. But Timo Salonen is going to fight back, wanting to get 10 more points for Finland to finish the season. Alan Grice getting the surprise podium spot for Australia in the previous round. But I gotta say, he's right towards the end of the season been a huge surprise. With getting third, and he might end up getting some more decent points to give Australia to have something to cheer about, because Australia, they've had a really brutal season. They've really struggled to just hang in there to make it to the final 20, but they've gone and done it. And Alan Grice has given them a couple of surprise results, that Australia can walk away feeling very happy, and I'll be looking forward for the 1992 Formulalympic season. There is Senna, seeing Louis Parasal getting held up by Graham Duxbury, and he's managed to snatch 7th place off of the Spaniard, and John Nielsen managed to do the same, managed to get ahead of him. Louis Parasal being utterly frustrated, he's been got held up like that. And as well as we're now onto the penultimate lap of the season. And Williams Bernstein going to try and catch. Raul Bozel has dropped all the way down to 27th overall. He's down to 10th, so he's had done one more pit stop than everyone else, which might be the wrong strategy, or it's just everyone else needs to pit. I haven't done that yet. As Bernstein can see, we've got a battle for 32nd overall with Franz Korn and Harold Huisman brewing between them. Oh, that's going to annoy him a little bit, slowing him down. Trying to find his way through to safely lap them, but the pair of them are making it tough. I mean, to be fair, Alboreto is nearly 17.5 seconds down, so doesn't have to worry about getting ahead of them as quick as he can. Just needs to try and ensure he can get around them before Alboreto is able to close in. Managed to eat away the gap, and now towards the inside to make the pass to put them 2 laps down, and they've gone and successfully done it. Alboreto gaps down to 15 seconds, lapping another driver. That might be Derek Bell. He's put a lap down. And here we go. We're going to go on board with Bernstein for the 16th and final lap of the final round of the season. What a great strategy that Bernstein pulled off. A bit bouncing the car, but nothing he can come back out. Now he's on to the final lap now. Well, what a season this has been. There's been quite a lot of drama throughout the entire season. I mean, West Germany were expected to defend their title, but they've really had a difficult time this season. Bernstein, I think, has done the best he possibly could, but it just wasn't going to be enough for West Germany to re-clinch the Nations Championship title. But what he's definitely going to get out of this, he is going to finish the final race of the season, and he's going to finish it really, really strongly to get a strong finish in the Drivers' Championship. He was in championship contention in the previous round, but Bernstein was not able to score points, so that put him out of the running. after he DNF'd with Ayrton Senna in a late lap collision, which meant he ended up finishing 19th and not being classified as a DNF. But it was still enough for Bernstein to be taken out of contention and took Ayrton Senna with him. And trying to put Derek Bell a lap down. A bit perilous there, but Bernstein has managed to put him a lap down. But Michele Alboreto at the end of the day is going to end up taking home the Drivers' Championship. The two main rivals of Mansell and Street just did not qualify very well, because Alboreto got 4th, Mansell was like 11th and Street was 31st, so they were pretty much up against it right at the bat. And just for the race, it just did not come together for them. And yeah, and just because of that, Michele Alboreto is going to take the title, and Italy are most certainly going to take the nation's title home with them. And Italy would be so delighted for that. They won the first Formulalympic season in 1952, and when it got revived for 1984, they were just unable to replicate their performance in the 1984 Formulalympic season. But in this 1988 Formulalympic season, thanks to Michele Alboreto, Italy were pretty much on the money pretty early on the season, and they just be able to convert it into a really strong force that's going to end up taking the title together. I mean, Alessandro Nini originally started in the F2 division, but got some pretty decent results for himself and for the team. And with a combination of Alboreto getting a good handful of podiums, it's pretty much converted Italy into having a really solid performance. Despite France's late charge, France has pretty much dropped off in this round and the previous round as well, which pretty much flamed out their chances of snatching it late on. And speaking of snatching it late on, here comes Michele Alboreto at the final corner to take the final race win here at Le Mans. So Bernstein takes the win, but here comes the man who's about to be the 1988 Formulalympic Drivers' Champion, Michele Alboreto. Just coming around the last chicane, and it does not matter if he laps that F2 car or not, it's Michele Alboreto that kicks second, and the championship title with it. Pierre Dillon will get the final podium spot in third, a well-deserved result for him and for Belgium. Now to wait for everyone else to make the way across the finish line. And coming right towards the end of the race, Ayrton Senna on the final lap, and the final corner has gone off the track. Oh, getting flashbacks to the previous round between him and Bernd Schneider late on in the race. And Michele Alboreto, Ayrton Senna. Oh, he's made a mistake. The 1984 Drivers' Champion made a mistake, and that's him not going to finish the race. He'll be a classified finisher, but it looks like he's going to end up being down in 16th when he could have been in 7th. And here comes the winner of the F2 division, Kenneth Eriksson for Sweden. What a great race he's had, pretty much on the front, pretty much in the top 3 spots for in the F2 division, and he's managed to stay there for the race. And here he is taking home the F2 win. But it looks like it might be John Winter that's going to take the F2 championship title home with them. And here comes the Formula 2 Formulalympic champion, John Winter, just cruising to make his way towards the finish line. I mean, Al Unser towards the end of the race, they're having a bit of an off, but he's made his way across the line. But whatever that was I mean, Sullivan and Petresi, they were pretty much up against it. I mean, they have finished ahead of Winter, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I'm pretty sure John Winter is going to be your 1988 Formulalympic F2 champion. And there we go, that is the end of the race. So Bernd Schneider wins the final race of the season. Michele Alboreto takes the title home in second. Pierre Dillon gets a real deserved third place. Derek Daly 4th for Ireland, with Tina Sallin 5th, Alan Grice is 6th, John Nielsen is 7th, 8th is Louis Peresala, and the 2 French drivers rounds off your top 10. NHG just missing on points in 11th with Jan Lammers in 12th, Pierre Short is 13th, Martin Brown 14th, and Chris Nissen is the last F1 driver to be classified and finish the race in 15th, with Ayrton Senna being classified as 16th despite crashing out of the very last corner on the very final lap. Kenneth Eriksson wins the F2 division with Andre Chesners in 2nd, Mauricio Sala is 3rd, Philippe Ali takes 4th, with Danny Sullivan 5th, Patrese 6th, the 2 Finn 7th and 8th, Alon's at 9th, and the 5 point go to Didier Taze in 10th in the F2 division and 26th overall. John Winter missing on points in 11th with Rob Bothell 12th. Ludwig was a lap down, finished 29th overall ahead of Derek Bell. George Fisher, Howard Hoosman, Franz Conrad and John Bowe are the last drivers to finish the race. So here's all the DNS. Graham Duxbury has finished the race, but he's only either finished 10 laps or less than that. So Graham Duxbury is not a classified finisher because of that. So the retirees are Dick Johnson, Nigel Mansell, John Jones, Graham Duxbury, Mikael Eriksson, Rudy Stoll, George Fauché, Larry Perkins, Martin Brundle, Thierry Boutsen, Johansson, Mass, Heinrich, Warwick, Lewandijk, Davidson, PK, Sainz, Stewart, Ricciardi, McCullough, Rowell and Dallas. They all went out in the very first lap, so we lost 6 drivers on lap 1 alone. What a crazy final race that was, but what a very exciting race that was regardless. So even though we know who's won the drivers and the nation's championships, let's take a look at the standings for the final time to see who has racked up the first, second and third positions of each championship. And for the final time, looking at the championship standings, and Michele Alboreto is officially the 1988 Formula 1 Drivers' Champion, with Bernd Schneider taking the final win of the season, putting him in 2nd position overall, with Nigel Mansell having himself a 3rd after DNFing the final round of the season, with Philippe Streiff and Louis Peresala being pushed down to 4th and 5th place respectively. Looking further down the leaderboard, we can see 53 different drivers have been a classified finisher throughout the course of the season, with a good dozen of drivers who have taken part only to have failed to complete or qualify for a race this season. And despite her failing to score a point in the final round of the season, John Winter has still claimed the championship title by 5 points over Danny Sullivan, with Riccardo Patrese having himself a 3rd position with 73 points. Andre Chesners and Kenneth Eriksson did really well to finish 1st and 2nd in the final round of the race, however they're just missing out on a podium spot in the championship standings. Last but not least, the Nations Championship, and it's Italy that take home the title despite having 1 victory. They did rack up 5 second place finishes to rack up a total of 154 points, which is 21 more than 2nd place, which goes to Spain, with France taking 3rd with 128 points, which is 3 more than West Germany, who just missed out on a podium spot in the Nations Championship. So, final thoughts. Well, what a roller coaster the last 2 rounds have been at this pivotal point of the 1988 Formulalympic season. But Michele Alboreto kept his wit, kept his cool to take the title home for himself and for the Nations Championship as well. So a really well deserved result for Michele Alboreto. Nigel Mansell and Philippe Streiff were up against him. I mean, Nigel Mansell's drama at the start of the race broke his wing, ended up being all the way down in like 18th until he ended up retiring. So Nigel Mansell was pretty much out of the contention once his wing had broken at roughly the start of the race. Philippe Streiff qualified 31st. He was really up against it, so he had to make up a lot of positions. He did manage to rack up 2 points in 9th place, but that was not enough, with Michele Alboreto taking 2nd place on 18 points. That means he outscored the only rival he had to worry about by 16 points. But Philippe Streiff had to win the race, and Alboreto had to finish 10th or below for Philippe Streiff to even rack the title home with them. But it was just not meant to be. But well done to Bernd Schneider at the final race of the season, managing to take the win and end up coming home as the season's runner-up, like Stefan Bellof did, representing the same team in the previous Olympic season where Ayrton Senna took the title home. But now that the 1988 Formulalympic season's over, Next year we have to worry about the next Olympic season, the 1992 Formulalympics. Will Alberel come back and defend his title? What's going to happen in the 1992 Formulalympic season? Well, we'll find out soon enough, and I look forward to seeing it, and I hope you guys are looking forward to that as well, and I will see you over for the 1992 Formulalympic season.